into the list. It's homecoming.
Happy homecoming weekend. I've seen lots of friends, Tuskegee friends that want to do the celebration of the homecoming, and they can't go to homecoming because COVID. One of the friends said...
Well, they can't go to homecoming because homecoming was canceled.
Because COVID. So the one said, you know, I'm just tempted to hold a tailgate at my house because she has a big property in the country. And she said, but the public health nurse and me won't allow it. And then her mom came and she was like, nope, I'm sorry, you can't have friends over.
Yeah. Yep, it's homecoming. I saw people are trying to do some mini band things for those of us in the band. Homecoming is kind of a big deal, and I think this was supposed to be an alumni year. I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Which means for Tuskegee, a lot of alumni in the band come back, and there's no comeback, and people are not happy about that.
This would be an alumni year.
So, another COVID-19 tragedy. No homecoming. I think most of the black colleges, there's no homecomings this year.
The Rona strikes again.
And now the U.S., they're starting to entertain and or face the fact that they might have to close down the schools again because students are getting sick.
Teachers are getting sick.
Tested, and they're finding out that they have it, so that means then they have to shut down or quarantine that student and their teachers and all the students that came in contact with that student and the administration that came in contact with that student.
And the teacher's family.
Depending on where you are.
Almost the whole school.
And the teacher's family.
I don't know if the teacher's family gets quarantined.
Well, if they came in contact with the teacher.
I don't know. I don't know if that means, that would mean that you'd have to have a significant amount of tracking to say, okay, you're a teacher, you went home, that means your child, I could see individuals making this decision, but I don't think the governments are making that decision, state governments. They're not saying, okay, because you got it, your husband, your daughter, your son,
Whoever
whatever,
lives in your household.
all of those people also can't go, and because if you did that, you'd basically create a web across an entire population where everybody would have to stay home.
Yeah.
Because everybody came in contact with everybody at some point.
Well,
essentially, you'd have, 2 degrees of separation from everybody else, whatever?
our friend was telling me that in her school, I saw the original email sent from the school, and it said that there was a student that had tested positive, and they talked to the parents, and the parents voted to keep the school open. A week later, there are now 4 staff members and 6 students who are positive. And instead of all of the parents now voting to keep it open, there are 60% of them that want to close it and go virtual, and 40% that want to keep it in person. And they were struggling, like, do we close with?
The vote, the one who was higher. Why not
Yeah.
go with the
So
higher
they're
vote?
going.
Because the 40% might pull their students.
And right. And so they're going online because now all the teachers, because they had enough teachers, everybody has to be in quarantine anyway. And our friend has already had COVID, and so is her husband. And so now she's really scared that she's going to get it again.
I was talking about that with my students. If you can hear the whirring thing back there, that's not us.
That's our rocket ship taking off.
That's our washing machine spinning. Just so you know, just in case it's bothering you.
It does a pretty good job how loud it is.
Does it a good job at what?
Spinning out the water.
Oh, okay. Does it do a good job of cleaning though?
Sure.
You just
I'm
have
really
to,
not sure it does.
No.
No, listen, the other night when we were leaving work, some of the teachers came out of their classrooms and I was like, oh my God, have you heard of deodorant?
B-O.
I went into one classroom to answer a question for a teacher, and the classroom was full of people, and the smell when I opened the door, I was like, holy shit.
You have to think that the students, even if they were clean, that whatever smell good they had probably didn't last all day.
Smell good.
Yeah.
There's a smell good?
I don't know, maybe, but by the time they get to you at 7, 10 o'clock at night, then it's probably not going to smell
No,
all
she
that
wasn't
great.
talking about,
You were saying all of the
not
people.
students. You were talking about
It was
teachers.
teachers.
You said the classroom was full.
And the smell came, when I opened the door, I don't think it was the students.
You do understand that the air conditioning's on.
So, and the person standing in the front of the room is getting hit, which is why I hate having the air conditioner on the way it is. But the air conditioner literally blows on the teachers. We've been complaining all week that our necks hurt when we leave school. Like it feels
Very
almost
stiff.
like whiplash type
Yeah,
stiffness.
Because you're
It's-
being frozen.
No.
I don't know, but I
Because it-
noticed yesterday
I don't know why.
we had the air conditioner was on 26, 27 initially, and some of the students came in and said, can we turn it down a little bit? And we turned it to 23, and by 2 hours in, my neck was hurting so bad. The next group came in and said, can we turn it up? We put it on 25, it stayed there the whole class, and my neck stopped hurting by 10 o'clock. It wasn't as bad.
So it's gotta be the temperature there.
Well,
I don't know
and
why.
it blows right on you.
So you're being frozen in place.
Yeah.
By an air conditioner.
Maybe. I don't know.
You came home one day and you could barely look up.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because, because it hurts like from here to there. It's like this little bit, and then a little bit like, it's basically just there to there. So, and it's only on this side. And I don't know why that would be. It could be maybe the fact that I'm writing a lot more now.
Yeah.
And I'm lifting my arm up and it's creating a shoulder neck thing, which is possible.
I do like that the whiteboards are not so high that I can't write at the top of them.
Yeah, I just don't like that the whiteboards move.
There's not one that's fixed.
No, there is.
Where?
Room 3. There are room and room
It's on a
2.
pedestal.
No, it's not.
I was in there.
Room 3 or room 4 and room 2
Well, room
both have smaller boards attached to the wall.
Okay,
The
but
other ones are all on
the movie ones.
wheels.
But
So you start writing and it rolls away from you.
in room 4, when you write, the board moves because it's just hung up on little brackets. So it moves, it wiggles.
Like wiggling is not like walking away from you as you're writing
I
or
don't-
tipping away from you as you're writing.
I don't have that when I write.
Yeah.
And I didn't know those boards flipped over until the other day.
I thought they did, but I thought it was the kind that unscrewed to let the thing down, and then you could spin it, and then you could screw it back to keep it in place. Not that it was spring loaded. I didn't, because I had never tried it. But I tend to write on one side and then erase
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
write, because it would basically just piss me off to keep flipping the board,
And
flip
then
the board, and then when I
dirty.
flip it, I still gotta clean it all up. It's like if I gotta do that,
What's the point?
I might as well just keep it on one side.
Well, and my students, none of them take notes. Like we all would take notes in a class. They just break out their phones and take a picture of the screen.
Yeah, I've
Or take
had a
picture
mix.
of
I think
thing.
the kind of older student does more writing, and the younger students,
Take photos.
they're the ones that are taking nothing but photos. But it's like you're bringing a notebook.
Yeah.
If
they
you're
have
bringing a
them.
notebook, the writing will help, because some of their actual writing is really bad. Like in English, it's really, really bad. It's like not even I watched one of my students write a bunch of sentences, and just the way he was writing the letters was something that I had never seen before.
Well, I talked about that this week. Every single one of my students, and I have a lot of them, has taken English in school. And they said they learn the grammar, and they learn writing, and they learn reading. But they are never allowed to speak the language.
Okay.
How does that happen?
It doesn't. And that's why they're all there, is to learn to speak.
I get that.
But then we're being told to push the grammar and push the writing.
No.
But
I think we're being told to push grammar and speaking. So they speak correctly.
Yeah.
Because I have not heard anybody say that they want anybody doing a lot of writing.
Oh.
The problem with that is
I have it in writing that they want writing.
but the other side of that, well, because that's the thing they know the most. That's the easiest thing for them. Anyway,
It's to bring out your dead guy.
yeah. When you say that, what is it that the guy is actually wanting down there?
The old dead recyclable things.
Right. The people don't know that. You don't tell them that. You just keep saying to bring out the dead guy.
But
You're not.
we've been talking
You're not.
about
No.
this for years.
They don't know what. They don't remember
Inside
way
joke.
back. And I don't think we even talked about that on the podcast because we weren't in a place where that guy was there when we started the
I'm
podcast.
sure we have talked about this before.
No, I don't think so. It was in Benchy.
It started in Benchy.
And we weren't podcasting the pod in Benchy.
So if anybody has ever seen the Holy Grail in the beginning,
And if you're really old like Karen.
whatever, it's still out. It's still on Netflix. There in the beginning, there's a scene where somebody's walking through the streets with a cart and he's shouting, "Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead!" Well, when we were in Benchy, there was someone walking through the streets with a cart, and whatever he was saying was in that same cadence. Then we moved to a different part of China, and the same thing happened. And we moved to a different part of China, and the same.
Yeah,
thing
but we
happened.
didn't hear that guy in Sang Shui. They weren't coming
They
into
weren't
the
coming
complex.
into the complex,
So,
but-
if you want to follow the Traveling Farrs, you can find us at the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, or any place good podcasts are sold for no money. At the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Farrs. If you like email and you want to send it to the Karen lady, travelingfars@gmail.com. Are we getting any emails at
Yes.
travelingfars@gmail.com?
We are, in fact,
I hear nothing about this. So.
I'm going to be speaking at a conference for families who would like to learn about traveling abroad, living abroad, finding work abroad, and that was an email that I got in fact, two. I've got two of those where
So we've got two whole emails at the
No,
email
we-
address
those-
travelingfars@gmail.com.
we get a lot of emails,
Oh.
but not all of them
Is it all junk mail?
Some of them are like, hey, we want you to be our brand ambassador.
I'll be a brand ambassador, but we're going to do it on your dime.
Right. You have to order the thing and then.
That's called a customer.
Right.
That's not a
I
brand
gotta buy it
ambassador.
from you and you're not giving me anything, and then that's just say, come buy
So
my
you
thing.
get my money and you get an endorsement? I don't think so. All right. And the blog space. Travelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the Blueberry, which Blueberry was messing up, and I can't figure out why our last podcast is not coming out on the Blueberry. It did something weird in the thing, and it's not showing up. So I'm going to try to fix that and get this uploaded.
What was the date for that one?
It was not last week, but the week before. It did not go up. It did not come out. It did not even post on Blueberry.
Well,
Like all the writing about the post was on there. I took off the post because there was nothing there. There was no audio. And then, so it showed that, but then at the bottom where you have the player, it wasn't there.
I noticed
So.
something on iTunes podcasts now. You can do the episode webpage. So if you can't find one of the podcasts that you want to hear, you can touch episode webpage and it'll just take you right to the Blueberry
So now we gotta put that in the thing
from
once we get the interwebs.
podcasts on Apple.
Hopefully one day we'll get the internet here at home, and then we can, be better on the uploading. If you go to the YouTubes, things are still dropping on the YouTube. Old episodes, stuff is still going there. So you can still get your YouTube fix from the Traveling Farms. It's still going.
Are we going to be doing the NADPOD Pomo this year?
NADPOD Pomo, I have a feeling that I mean, let's put it like this. If I can edit, which Aaron's computer, our main workhorse for editing, is having its issues now. But if I can edit, then we can still have an episode of something come out, and we could probably get one episode on YouTube per day, or at least close to it. But we could never do it on Blueberry anyway. All of our NAPOD Pomo stuff had to go to YouTube. So maybe we could do more uploads, but we gotta get internet here for me to do it. Because I can't upload, like if we did something, say, for 10 minutes because we were walking somewhere, or we were doing a thing, or we just wanted to talk about something real quick, and then upload it. We've gotta be able to upload it from here. We can't.
Yeah.
There's no other place to upload it, so.
Alright.
Also,
And we definitely can't use our phones. Again?
Check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thetravelingfars. We've got things.
She can't see this, but you can see this.
I can see it.
It's down there.
Can they see the links for the merch shops that have new merch on
It's
them?
in the
See,
description.
the link in the do all the things that
But
YouTube
no.
tell you to do.
Below is the merch shop.
There is some Halloween merch up.
Below.
Some new Keegan art up. There's some new Raptor Claw Studio art up.
And the GoFundMe thing.
And
It might be up there. It might be not.
if you'd like to send us a Cash App gift for our birthday, we would be happy to accept it. And you could do $, the Traveling Fars is our Cash App.
Or you can join our Patreon. We have
You already talked about it.
Yeah, I know, but
Why are you going back to Patreon? I already flashed it up here. I'm not putting it back. Look, man, we don't want to hear your spiel.
The tiers.
Go check out the Patreon. Check out the
We got
tiers.
tiers.
We got tiers, as well as tiers. That's it. That's all I got.
Can't believe it.
Have a great
Say
day.
goodbye to the people, man. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
Peace.